I tell people all the time it definitely varies. It's based on your moving cost. So like I've gotten event spaces for as little as like $5,000, and I've had event space where I had to hand over a check for $30,000. It really depends on how you structure your deals. Well, in every county, province, and state, it's different. But typically in New York, moving costs, which is what you have to hand over to acquire a property if you're renting it and not buying the actual building, it's usually 1 month rent, 2 months security. So if your rent is $5,000, you're handing over a $15,000 check. Now that's not always the case. If your rent is $5,000, so you have moving costs. Moving costs is what it costs to acquire the property.
Yes.
So if your moving cost is 1 month rent, 2 months security, you're handing over 3 months of rent check, over $15,000 check. Right. So that's my point exactly. I've gotten event spaces where just like all the landlord wanted was 1 month rent, 1 month security, and the rent is $3,000. I'm handing him over a $6,000 check, $5,000 check. And I've had other landlords where they're like, yo, I need like 4 months of, that was actually my first space that I actually got. 4 months security, 1 month rent. And rent at the time was like $38.50. So I was handing over
4 months security?
Yeah. Because especially, I'm not trying to say this to discourage anybody, but especially when like you're a new entrepreneur, you've never had an actual existing business, they want a little bit more skin in the game.